Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game. When we last left off, we were halfway through the Silver Trench. Halfway at 51 floors. This is a 99 floor dungeon. You know, I was expecting there to be one 99 floor dungeon in this game, like, hey, you've done a good job in this game. Now here's a super dungeon as a reward. See if you can manage 99 floors. But no, there's several 99 floor dungeons. And I'm kinda concerned that another is going to wind up unlocking after we're done with this one. Because there's plenty of question marks on my status screen that I don't know what they go for, but it would not surprise me if any of them are tied to 99 floor dungeons that we have yet to unlock, because there's more question marks than we have dungeons left to explore. Thank you, paralysis immunity. Looks like there's another Pokemon trying to follow us, though. Nope, it's actually going somewhere else. Okay, so, as we continue through this dungeon, I've been doing some thinking in between streams, and I have, an interesting fan theory. So, how to word this? Let's see here. So, the Pokemon in this world are aware of what humans are, and yet we have not seen any humans in this adventure. I mean, I'm formerly a human, got turned into a Pokemon, but besides that, there's definitely been no indications that humans have been a part of this world. And it's not like, oh, maybe it's one of those situations where there was an apocalypse and humanity was wiped out, and now we live in a post-apocalyptic world where Pokemon are now dominant. There's been no indication of that being the case so far. Along with that, this is a Pokemon world where everybody seems to be a vegetarian. Like, not only are Pokemon like Rubber Butt eating apples, but then we have carnivorous Pokemon such as Arbok eating apples. Despite these Pokemon having teeth made for tearing into meat, like look at Arcanine and Houndoom. Those are some meat-eater teeth. So I've been doing some thinking about all this, seeing if I could kind of connect the dots. Give me a moment while I figure out if I want to do anything with this. Nah. So, here is my thought. It's been proven that more than once, humans have been turned into Pokemon in this world. I am not the only one this has happened to. There was also the story about somebody pulling Ninetales' tail and getting turned into a Pokemon. So, my theory is, what if we have an in the beginning sort of situation where many years ago, possibly centuries ago, a bunch of humans were turned into Pokemon and sent to this world, becoming the first Pokemon of this world. And we might have had like a situation where one person was an Arcanine and another person got turned into a Miltank. And suddenly we have this situation where the Arcanine really wants a hamburger, but now their friend is what hamburgers come from. And it's like, I don't want to eat my friend. They're a person just like me. And it doesn't help, of course, that everybody can talk, and nothing ruins your appetite like your meal screaming for mercy. And so, everybody who got turned into Pokemon decided, just so they don't wind up eating each other, everybody's going to become a vegetarian. And throughout the generations, that mentality kind of stuck. The idea that Pokemon are people, and you don't eat people. Which is why we have nowadays, where every Pokemon is a vegetarian. You don't hear or see of any Pokemon eating other Pokemon anymore. Or ever. And of course, since those people back in the day were humans turned into Pokemon, that means, in a way, every Pokemon we've encountered on this adventure, their ancestors were human. Which is why all the Pokemon in this world are aware of what a human is, despite them having never actually seen a human. That is my theory. It's kind of a fun theory, I think, and I think it holds some water. And I don't say that just because we're in a water dungeon. I'm surprised Rubberbutt did not immediately start going all zappy because of the impending Pokemon up there. So Maddie says it might hold some water, but there need to already be Pokemon there because of how Pokemon eggs work. There's always the mother species. Well, I mean, it's entirely possible that two people got turned into an Arcanine, one male and one female. So there could have been like a Noah's Ark situation where everybody got turned into Pokemon pairs. Incidentally, that would have been quite an experience for any of them, not just being turned into Pokemon, but suddenly all the female human-turned Pokemon have become egg layers. Which I would actually imagine would be easier than live childbirth, so they were probably thankful for it, as weird as it was. And things got even weirder for them when their babies hatched, and suddenly there's an animal head poking out of their egg. And it would be so surreal because this animal is their child. Never to know what it was like to be a human like their parents. It's kind of a fun thought. It's too bad Pokemon can't hold two items at once. Would be nice to have both the Tight Belt and X-Ray specs on the same character. Instead of having to constantly swap between characters to see if anything's trying to sneak up on my team here. All clear so far. And all clear on this floor. Something you like to see? Of course, there's always going to be the party crashers. Maddie says, honestly, something I'd be curious to see in a PMD game would be getting PMD protagonists who ends up brought over with their partner starter Pokemon, and you meet them partway through the adventure with them becoming like a third teammate connected to the story. That would be interesting. Coming across somebody else who got turned into a Pokemon, and they were a Pokemon trainer. It would be an interesting story between seeing them and their relationship, no longer being trainer and Pokemon, but partners Pokemon. That reminds me, though. Whatever happened to Gengar? I have this theory that maybe Gengar was the Pokemon who pulled Ninetales' tail, who was originally Gardevoir's partner, which is why Gengar had a change of heart after we dealt with Rayquaza. But then Gengar kinda just disappeared from the story after that. Maddie says, well, I meant you're the protagonist being the trainer, and you find your starter partner during the story. Yeah, I kind of figured on that like halfway through my thought process. Either way, though, would be interesting. This is, of course, my first Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game, so I have no idea how the stories play out in other games, whether it's a similar situation of save the world or what have you. Yeah, I haven't done this in a while. Oh right, that only works if the Pokemon isn't already in front of you. Also, watch out for that rough skin. Oh, we gotta change the scenery. Which means we're gonna be finding new Pokemon along the way here. Finding plenty of these boost items. I actually kind of wonder if it's worth picking these up. Because as far as I'm aware, the remaining dungeons in this game are all going to be those dungeons where you start back at level 5. And I believe I was told last week that the stat buffing items you use, their effects go away whenever you go into those level 5 dungeons. That miss was definitely unnecessary. Glad I haven't been tossing away these ethers, by the way, and elixirs. Somehow, we are... Oh, how to word this? We're going through PowerPoints a lot faster in this dungeon than the previous dungeon. The PP pouch and... well, the PB pouch is not keeping our power points up like it did in the last dungeon. Likely because most of the Pokemon here take more than one hit now. What's a sneak scarf? On this item is equipped, the wearer will be able to walk next to a sleeping enemy without waking them up. That's handy. I only have a couple apples. I don't necessarily need those apples, but with me having that belt thing, tight belt, but you never know. Something might wind up happening here that I would really want to still be bringing along these perfect apples. Like, who knows, maybe there's like a really rare Pokemon that we would want to give these apples to instead. Although we do have Food Finder now that I think about it. You know what? Change of plans. Maybe I can go ahead and take the lead for a bit. Now that we have Food Finder, we don't actually necessarily need to worry about hunger anymore. I mean, I'm probably still not going to bring a Linoon along. Which reminds me, I still haven't been able to recruit a Zigzagoon. They've been kind of hard to come by. Special attack. We'll give it to you. Like, I've only ever actually seen them once or twice. I would have expected Zigzagoon to be one of those common Pokemon in the game that odds are you're going to wind up recruiting at some point. No. Explore. This is totally a floor we should have used a guiding wand on. I'll use it on the next floor to make up for it. Yeah, that's way down there. Who knows how long it would have taken us to find that one. Oh boy, we got our choice of Pokemon to attack here. Start with you. And continue with you. No, not you. Oh boy, let's go ahead and finish this quickly. You know what, I'm gonna have a little fun. Let's do a little swap, give you the X-ray specs. Not for the Clamperl, but going forward. We haven't done Follow Me very much. And I want to use that a bunch. It's a fun move. Is that a Chikorita? I think that's a Chikorita. Might as well go ahead and rescue that. Don't suppose there's a tiny apple along the way. Out of curiosity, what do you have? Aqua Ring Aurora Beam? You know, that would actually be useful against the flying boss that we're going to be going up against soon. So swap out you, because you're not even going to be able to attack Lugia. Okay, here is... What? That was, I feel like I was just staring at a bomb as the fuse was fizzling to a explosion, and then there was the explosion. I felt kind of dumb watching it. And also confused. Never seen a blast trap chain react like that. Oh hey, there's Shinchao here. Let's see if we could get you to join. Well, not when one of the boomerangs misses. Okay, we're going to do a quick swap here. Set the perfect apple down. Get everybody back in there to do some attacking. And in fact, continue pushing everybody in there because there is another Pokemon coming in here. Taking us a bit to get to that Chikorita. I think this is actually the first Chikorita we've seen on this adventure. Blast Control. We could have used that just a minute ago. So what do you have? Magical Leaf, Aromatherapy, Tackle. You'd be at a disadvantage against Lugia, that is for sure, but since we've never seen one of you, I kind of want to keep you. In place of what? Maybe Bagon? Flamethrower would be useful against Lugia, mind you. Then again, so would Hydro Pump, so I don't necessarily want to get rid of that. And you're the one with Food Finder. A Vaporeon with Aurora Beam is also helpful. Spheal with Blizzard is also helpful. I haven't seen a Sneasel on this adventure so far, so I kind of don't want to give up on you. Yeah, well, gonna say goodbye to Bagon. Hopefully this Chikorita will be able to survive the upcoming fight. And with that taken care of, I don't actually care about the cover band. I want the apple back. Okay. Oh, there was a thing here. Okay. Special attack, Meta.